I honestly kind of stumbled into it. I didn't really know if I wanted to do fine art or even what fine art really entailed, but I knew that I wanted to do something creative, and so I just kind of took a leap of faith and hopped into this BFA program.
I came to art school because I knew it was something that I enjoyed doing. At the time, I saw a lot of my peers pursuing things that they didn't really seem very excited about, and I was always worried about that, doing something that I don't feel good about. And so through making art and just being a practicing artist, it really is just something that I don't feel guilty about or unsure.
My practice is primarily engaged with my Iranian heritage and themes around identity and queer culture. So I explore these topics as a form of cultural expression and connection, usually looking to personal experiences or, for example, traditional Persian imagery and bringing that into a contemporary context.
Video and photo was something that I was already somewhat comfortable with before the program, and then I was able to kind of expand that. But there was a lot of different routes that I could take, and opening myself up to other things that I wasn't so comfortable with, like painting and sculpting. I think that those influence your other work. So I appreciated that you didn't just enter and do what you were good at.
I think the first class I ever had was doing first-year sculpture. And it's interesting how from that group of students, we've kind of grown together. So it's been really great to just see each other's work develop and be able to really understand kind of like our growth and where we started from.
Coming to UBC Okanagan allowed me to find the creative community here that I wasn't really seeing otherwise, and that was really inspiring and influential for my practice.
Being in this university setting, I found really inspiring. Especially, you kind of take it for granted once you leave school. You're in this space where like everything you do feels important. So you're making art as a complete amateur, but there's 20 people that have to show up and look at it and talk about it and offering some critique on your work. And being in that environment, it's so stimulating, and art is the most important thing.
I came here to do painting and drawing, and that was something that I'd been invested in throughout high school. So sculpture was really like a new way that I could kind of do painting and drawing and make it into more of like a three-dimensional form.
Being a student in such a small program, I found it really easy to make connections with my profs on a much more personal level, and I had so much freedom in the program to do all these different things, like learning design work, learning photography, learning video.
Being intertwined and connected to my beliefs and my culture has always been important to me since I was young. I've grown up being very aware of where I come from, and so primarily I've been focusing on working with cattail, which is a plant that's special to my peoples. We use it as a medicine and in our ceremonies, and it's just a plant that's kind of been in my life since I was a child. So I've been working through just using it as a medicine and in traditional practices, but bringing it into my art practice as well.
I felt the degree was super valuable for me because it allowed me to expand on my artistic practice both visually and conceptually, as well as finding a creative community of peers and mentors who can support me on my practice.
After I finish post-secondary, I plan to take a year off school. In that time, I want to do artist residencies, and then after that, I want to pursue an MFA.
The Bachelor of Fine Arts program at UBC Okanagan set me up for my current career in that it gave me time to develop a number of skills. It gave me a lot of connections in the community. It set me up for success.